us get started then. How was your meditation,
Mhm.
Daniel?
Honestly, since I've been doing the tracking, I've every single day since I started the app. So within the last since the eighth, I have 5 hours and some. I just happened to check today, but
Uh huh.
noticed. And but every day, 20 minutes. I've been incorporating Tai Chi before I do it for 7 minutes, and yeah, I'm seeing some. Yeah, I'm getting over the happy land side of life, such as yourself, sir. So yeah, I'm appreciating it.
Uh huh. And again, I found that those apps and the
So
trackers were encouraging to me at a stage in the practice because it really, I didn't want to miss a day on my tracker.
yeah, it's funny. Yeah,
Yes,
whatever keeps you in the positive of doing it. So yeah,
yes,
it's been a
absolutely.
yeah.
How about you, Doug?
Maybe I should try that tracker because I did miss a few days this week.
Uh huh.
But the days that I meditated, I did have good meditation. I've been focusing on that one abide in a space that's
Yes,
it's endless, it's boundless,
yes, that's a good one.
and I really like that one.
That's,
Just
again, that,
do away with the walls and the ceiling and the floor. It's kind of that's
uh huh.
that's more difficult. But yes, I like that one.
That's very good. And that's also, why I introduced that particular text to you is there more than any place I've found that provides a number of meditations, each one of which is very deep. So, and the meditations that it gives you are experiential, and because of that, they're easier to get into and to follow. That's probably why it's been around for 4,000 years. Excuse me. How about you, Barley? Hello, Barley.
I didn't understand that last thing
Yeah,
you said.
yeah, didn't
Oh,
catch it
I
either.
was
Yeah,
saying,
Richard's internet connection today is really bad.
okay, so my internet's crummy. I'm sorry. How about your meditation, Barley?
It's good. I usually do it every day, but sometimes it's only a 10-minute one.
Uh huh.
And I'm hoping to go maybe 2 10-minute ones because I was kind of using that YouTube thing called Calm.
Yes.
As long as it's not too directive, I don't mind a little refocusing, but not too much talk. I like to just be quiet,
Uh huh.
breathe.
Uh huh. That's good. How about you, Cheryl?
This hasn't been my best week. I've missed 2 or 3 days, I think. I have a lot going on right now, but it's all just stuff. But yeah, it suffered a bit, but I'm hanging in there.
Okay. Okay. Very good. And so you're all continuing to have it be a part of your life. And, that is what is necessary. You have it a part of your life for a while, and then your life changes. Anyway, it's, I don't know how long a while is. I've been trying to meditate for 50 years and doing it kind of regularly for about 35. And anyway, so let us start with our meditation for today, the first meditation. And mindfulness is present moment awareness, paying attention on purpose in the present moment, non-judgmentally. Feel your breath in and out. Fully receive whatever is experienced and then let it go. What did I do? That was not what I wanted to do. Excuse me, I'm just having my computer being odd, and while I'm trying to put myself on the spotlight there, it was putting Barley in the spotlight. It likes you today,
Oh,
Barley.
well, I'm sorry, my dogs keep doing something. I have to
Well, you have to
try
take
to
care of
get
your
them
dog. I
situated.
know. I
They're
understand.
not done. They're so needy.
Yes. Now, today I'm going to talk about belly breathing. We've been doing breathing for, uh, more than a year in this thing, and now I'm going to actually talk about part of the secret technique of breathing. This is a specific approach to breath watching that can deepen your practice. What you do is to expand your awareness of your breathing to the solar plexus, to the diaphragm at the bottom of your lungs. This is the part of your body that forces air out of and into your lung. And this is important because there's a special connection between your brain and your diaphragm. The brain takes immediate real-time cues from the diaphragm to know if it should be prepared for action or to relax. And we can use this in our meditation. We can also use it in other times in our life where we want to manipulate our energy level. Uh, and it works like this. When you start breathing quickly, the brain gets ready for vigorous action. This is used, for example, in something called the Wim Hof Breathing, which is a technique of self-care and breathing exercises. And here's the basic technique for Wim Hof breathing, and this is something that energizes you. It gets the acetylcholine going in your brain and provides energy then for the brain. So we take a strong inhalation in through the nose quickly, and then do a strong exhale through the mouth quickly. And you repeat it for 30 breaths. And at the end of the 30th breath, you exhale almost completely to, they say, 90%, and just hold it as long as you can. And then when you really need to take a breath, inhale and hold for 15 seconds or as long as you can. 15 seconds may be a long time now. If you don't hold that long, that's okay. And at the end of it, you'll notice that you feel energized. And the opposite effect can be experienced when you deliberately slow your breath and breathe with your diaphragm. Right now, let's do uh, the fast breathing as an exercise, and then we'll cool down a little bit and then do the slow breathing exercise. So, again, it's in quickly through the nose, out quickly through the mouth, and we're going to repeat for 30 times. And at the end, we exhale almost completely and hold, and then inhale fully and hold, and then resume the breathing. I can't count as I'm breathing in since I'm breathing through my nose, so as I'm breathing out, I'll say, out, out, or something. Okay? So here Let us give it a try. In and hold. Out and hold. And you might have felt kind of a change in your mental energy level through that, and that should rev you up. Now, the opposite of that is with diaphragmatic breathing. This is the long, slow breaths from your diaphragm. The way they show this in teaching is sometimes they have you put your hand on your chest and then your hand on your belly and just feel yourself breathing. And when you feel, you don't want to feel the chest going up and down. You want to feel it coming out from your belly and your belly expanding. So let's just try this 3 long, slow breaths like that. In through your nose, fill your lungs, and then out. And when you're breathing out, make a point to breathe all the way out. How much you can breathe in depends on emptying out your lungs before you start. So in and out, and in and out, and in and out. And they usually tell you to breathe, take longer breathing out than you do breathing in. The reason for that is to make sure that you clear the air out of your lungs. There are many therapeutic things that you will read about this kind of deep breathing. So it's a kind of thing that if you investigate, you may find there are other places for it in your life besides just uh, manipulating your own kind of energy level. But this was stimulated because there's a friend of mine and a woman who has practiced meditation for many years, and she learned this kind of breathing from Osho, also known as Rajneesh. What Osho did is, that book I sent you about all the different meditation practices, the Kashmir Shavite one. Osho basically used that book as his secret teachings and gave these exercises out to his people. And she learned this exercise of breathing diaphragmatically from her belly button from Osho, and you found that for her, this breathing just diaphragmatically with a tension on the belly button was able to bring her mind to a stop. And when you bring your mind to a stop, one of the things that is often involved with enlightenment is that your mind has to get out of the way. And so when you're able to bring your mind to a stop, you're getting the mind out of the way, and that gives the mind the space for whatever it's working on, whatever is percolating, to percolate. And the mind can't do it when it's got this other stuff going on because it's too busy. So we get the mind out of the way, and you can find uh, depths of your experience that you didn't know that you had. Anyway, and so this kind of breathing and these techniques are one of the ways to do that. Again, what she did is she just paid attention to her belly button while she was breathing, and this for her stopped her mind. There are other techniques to do it. A lot of them are in that book that I sent you, and that we've talked about some of the techniques. So the, these are ways that I was talking about today where you can use your breath and your diaphragm to either energize you or to calm you down. And these are tools you can use in your meditation. These are tools you can use in your life. And these are things I would suggest try them out. See how they work for you. See if there is something useful for you in this kind of practice. Okay, now to keep on this, we have a video which is a diaphragmatic breathing demonstration from Michigan Medicine.
Michigan.
Now we'll do a demonstration of diaphragmatic breathing. What I'd first like you to do is put one hand on your chest and one hand on your stomach. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths, just normal deep breaths. Good. And did you feel that top hand really moving as you breathe? And when we're stressed, that tends to be the type of breathing that we engage in, is that chest breathing, where the shoulders rise and fall and there's some tension there. So when we do diaphragmatic breathing, we're going to push that breath down lower into the stomach. And instead of that chest moving, it's going to remain nice and steady while your lower hand rises and falls with your inhale and exhale. So as we take a breath in and out, you're going to breathe in through your nose and then out through your mouth, slowing that breathing down and letting that air fill your belly as it goes down through the chest and expanding the belly. And then as you exhale completely, your belly is going to let go of all that air and completely exhale out. And your breath in will be about 4 seconds, and your exhale will be a little bit longer at 6 seconds. So we're going to practice, and we'll do about 3 breaths with me guiding you, and I'll say inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That exhale is a little bit longer than the inhale so that we're getting all of that byproduct of our breathing out. The inhale will be nice and steady, and a nice steady exhale. Okay. So you can close your eyes and get comfortable. And when you're ready, we'll take that first inhale, breathing in through your nose. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the mouth, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'd just like you to fall into a steady pattern of breathing, continuing to breathe deeply, filling the belly, exhaling out completely. You may envision that there's a balloon that fills as you breathe in, and then as you exhale out, all of the air from the balloon is released. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Maybe beginning to feel your shoulders relax. Your jaw relaxes too. And even your stomach begins to feel more comfortable. Nice, heavy limbs and warm relaxation circulating throughout the body. Just continue to breathe in a rhythm that's comfortable. Good.
All right. Now we're going to have our final meditation. And you are watching and feeling your breath like you usually do. And you extend your attention to include breathing from the belly button. Just let yourself be absorbed in this breathing. right. Now let's close with a short chant. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. Peace, peace, peace. All right. Any questions, comments, discussion?
Um,
Yes, sir.
is like I don't even remember which meditation, but they talked about placement of the tongue, and I was wondering if you have any, when you're doing the inhale, outhale to the mouth, when you inhale with your nose, um, like they always had your tongue to the top of your palate. Is that something to
I've heard of that
work on it?
technique.
Uh,
It's one of the things you could try. It's not one of the things that is always found.
okay,
So there are a
yeah,
lot
I
of
was just
different
curious.
there are a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah.
different options with
Mm-hmm.
this stuff, and different breath practices have been around for
Yeah,
many thousands of years. So
yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
there's
Yeah.
time for some variation to have developed. And, there are part of what we're doing is like what is taught in pranayama, which
Mm-hmm.
is the yoga breath work.
Okay. Yeah.
I've done that kind of breath work for a long time, but I also like just breathing in through my mouth, or I mean, excuse me, in through my nose and out through my nose.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is that okay? Is that the same thing?
Again, there are a lot of different patterns, and what I've found is different people are drawn to different ones. The point to all of this from the mindfulness point of view is just having something that you can continue to point your mind at so that it won't engage in all the other stuff it usually does. And also, again, the paying attention to your senses shuts down the default network in your brain. And that happens broadly. It doesn't have to be breathing. There are a lot of ways that accomplish that same thing. And there are probably a lot of ways that, each of us have experienced in our life. Because we're not trying to do anything crazy or out of the ordinary. We're just trying to use the capabilities that are there and the way the brain and the body are wired to be able to help us in our spiritual practice. The heart of the spiritual practice is getting away from the mind, because the mind,
I was getting distracted because I was counting. I don't want to
right,
count.
yes. And I've seen there are people who recommend counting, and I've found, for me anyway, it is a distraction. They recommend it as a device to help maintain your
Mhm.
concentration,
Yeah.
and for some people it works, and some people, like you notice, Barley, it's a distraction. For me, it's a distraction.
Yeah.
But
I'm not clear. Um,
yes, sir.
yeah. Oh, I'm not clear. What was the purpose of putting one hand on your diaphragm and one hand on your stomach?
Oh, it was just to notice.
It's
That's
one hand
not
on your
a. It's not
chest.
a regular part of the practice. It's just to notice
Yeah.
where you're breathing,
Yeah.
and You know, for most people are so familiar with chest breathing
Yeah.
that they need some help in the beginning to uh, do the belly breathing just to notice that they're doing it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Did you know that Wim Hof is Dutch? You know, Wim Hofman?
Wim, WMHOF
Yeah, yeah,
is how
yeah,
it's spelled, right?
yeah, yeah. No, but he's a Dutch guy.
Uh huh. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I used to be on his newsletter, but yeah, he's quite notorious in his parts.
Yes, and he has other practices that are a part of his technique, like bathing in
Yeah,
cold water.
yeah. They learned that it's not that he has like overcome all these things, but he has like not damaged, but his sense of like touch is far diminished. It's sort of like he's deaf with his like scent, you know, his
Okay.
touch. So it like he still does what he does. I give him a lot of credit. I can't do that. I hate cold water.
Yes,
What,
yes.
he can go in the cold water and doesn't
Yeah,
notice, you mean?
Right.
Oh,
So maybe his reduced touch helps him
yeah, yeah,
with
yeah.
the.
They some
Okay.
Russian scientists like did a study on him, and they found that out. So he
well, the
still does what he
Finnish
does.
are famous for
Yeah.
that too. Finnish are, they're very happy people,
Mhm.
right?
Anyway,
They
if
go
you
into
look
water.
around in the meditation literature and what you can find online, you will find that there is an immense variety of breathing exercises, and so there are a lot of people that do it in
Sure.
different kind of ways. What I'm trying to focus on with what I'm showing you is using it particularly as a tool in this mindfulness meditation, as
Hmm.
opposed to energy work. For example, one of the places where you find the breath work showing up a lot is in energy work, since you can manipulate your energy with your breath. Then it's not surprising that to see people using that as an organized practice.
But chest breathing is never good, right? I mean, belly breathing is always right.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I learned accidentally to do belly breathing when I was in my 20s, and that's been the basis for my breathing for my life since then.
Yeah, I agree.
And again, it was just accidental. I had a friend of mine who is a yogi who looked at my body and looked at my belly, and I've always been too heavy. And when I was young, I tried to hold my belly in. And it turns out that that messed up with my breathing. And
Mm-hmm.
when I was about 25, he taught me how to breathe.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And it was a nice thing for a friend to do.
Hmm. I think we were taught when we were young incorrect breathing, because that chest breathing is so shallow.
Yes, yes.
Well,
Anyway,
there's a
so again,
Simpsons episode.
you will
But
find in the literature there is uh, very much information about this diaphragmatic breathing and its positive impact upon your physical and mental health. Okay, so now continue breathing, and we'll see you next week. Namaste.
Hi. Thank
Namaste.
Thank you.
you.
see you guys